It's time for Triwizarding Secrets Part 2 with descriptions. Welcome back to Zealman's Wizzing World. Yes, it is another Part 2 of yet another brilliant event, which is remarkably similar to the previous Part 2s of previous Part 2 events. There are one or two changes, though, which are worth looking into, so stick with us. So as usual, this video is a little bit different to everybody else's because we don't have an NDA, so we can do a few little things that others can't do. So we have all the descriptions for all the fannables, and in a separate video we have all the dialogue ahead of time. Also in this video, we do compare this event with previous events and see what has changed and what has been tweaked and what they keep increasing it. They keep making it more difficult. So anyway, the basics for this one, yes, this starts Tuesday, January 26th at 7 PM at UTC. And it lasts a week and finishes at 7 PM next Tuesday. Rewards for this one up to 15 restriction books, 4 total spell books, 10 Dada books, 50 gold. Exactly the same as the last Part 2. Except we don't get the gifts because that was a December thing. So how it works, the mechanics. Purple port keys, still 1.5 kilometers thanks to coronavirus. Use the brilliant runestones you get from brilliant fandables to do the fortresses for the fortress fandables. So there's still a few minor tweaks to the last version, so we'll go through those bit by bit. No port key tasks again, which is great because now in the UK we have to stay within the local area, which is like, kind of depends where we are. So if in a town, you have to stay within your town. If you're in a city, you have to stay within that neighbourhood. You can't, for example, go 12 bars and play Pokemon Go, because that will slap you with a £200 fine if they find you. So what can you do now? Well, ensure you have 2 trace detection tonics for set of task number 1. Ensure you have ingredients to brew any 6 potions for set of task number 2. Walk off any port keys you have from Part 1, ready to open for set of task 2. If you have any shimmering images on your brilliant registry, do not touch them until set of tasks. Well, the bonus for any. Brilliant bundles! Exactly the same as what we have in Part 1. So it's only the bonus bundle that's really changed at all. So instead of the 15 potent extremulos, you get 10 potents, 10 strongs, and 10 basic, which is 2,000 coins instead of 2,100. Yes, it's expensive, but if it's something you need and you actually have the coin available, then it's actually quite worth it, this one. And this bundle is only available once you have completed set of task number 4. So now I move on to the fandables and their descriptions, because who has time to read descriptions when they're playing these tasks? So we have the wild ones. These ones available on the map and via trace detection tonic. We have the Marauders map, Return to Harry Potter. This magical map of Hogwarts has changed hands several times since its creation. Originally owned by James Potter, it fell into the possession of Argus Filch. It was then rescued by Fred and George Weasley, who used it for mischief, before eventually being gifted to Harry Potter. Only once was it ever used by someone truly up to no good, Barty Crouch Jr., disguised as Mad-Eye Moody. Used it to monitor the goings-on in the castle. Then we have Moaning Myrtle, returned to the prefect's bathroom, Hogwarts Castle. Known not so affectionately by Hogwarts students as Moaning Myrtle, Myrtle Warren primarily haunts the second floor girls' lavatory. Many know the story of her untimely death and of her complete disregard for personal privacy. But few know the key role her peeping played in Harry Potter solving the puzzle of the golden egg during the 1994 Triwizarding tournament. A noted Potter fan, she would go on to help him locate the Merpeople village in the second task. She also played a key role in The Cursed Child. The walking ones, or bonus round. You need 5 of these. This is the Mermaid Stained Glass. This is the Mermaid Stained Glass, returned to the prefect's bathroom, Hogwarts Castle. This lavish depiction of a beautiful mermaid calls the prefect's bathroom home. When awake, she's known to show off cheerfully to any students that come and go from the bathroom. She's credited with inspiring both Harry Potter and Cedric Diggory to open the golden egg under the water during the 1994 Triwizarding tournament, allowing them to hear the siren song properly. Okay, this is what confuses me about the prefect's bathroom. Is there seems to only be one, with changing rooms and one like bath. What happens when there's male and female prefects? That sounds like quite an interesting location. One would think that hopefully the door would lock if there was someone on the opposite sex in there. But yes, Some magical thing, maybe. Who knows? The rewarded one from set of task number 4, we have the rainbow bath taps. I've seen in my studio tour video up here. That is returned to the prefix bathrooms, Hogwarts Castle, located on the 5th floor behind the 4th door to the left of a statue of Boris the Bewildered. The lavish prefix bathroom is widely considered to be one of the greatest perks of being a prefect. Featuring a swimming pool-sized bathtub made of white marble, it can only be accessed by password. Many remark its great feature, however, are its enchanted taps. Doesn't make much sense, that doesn't. Each runs its own differently coloured and treated bathwater with multiple fragrances and remedies to choose from. These taps truly allow the bather to soak their stress away. The fighting one, 3 of these from Fortress Challenges, and that is the Golden Egg returned to Harry Potter. The Golden Egg was the prize for completing the first task of the 1994 Triwizarding Tournament, won by stealing it from the dragon tasked with guarding it. It contained a riddle sung by merpeople that could only be understood when the egg was submerged in water. All 4 contestants eventually solved this riddle, leading them to the second task at the Black Lake. So those are our fadables. We can now move on to the tasks. We'll do a bit of comparison to what the previous tasks have been in the past. So, without further ado, set task number 1. Collect ingredients or portmanteaus 2 times. Use Teutonic for trace detection. Return 12 brilliant Ruler's Map fadables. Pretty much the same as Hogwarts for the Holiday Part 2, except you get 2 snowdrops instead of the ingredient gift. This is now back to what it was in Dumbledore's Army Part 2. The tonic task will take you about 30 minutes to complete. While this is running, you should be able to nail the 12 fadables. Do not visit the registry. Save up any pending XP rewards until you get to set up task number 2. Normally you can get 3 or 4 runestones by the time you get to set task number 2 if you save it. To set task number 2, return 20 fadables, use master notes 6 times, and collect 6 brilliant runestones. So, use master notes 6 times has changed. It was previously 5 times. It's gone up 1, so it's a little more difficult again. You also get 4 bitterroot instead of 3 snowdrops as a reward for that as well, which is just as I need snowdrops. If you want to plan your potion brewing times effectively, then Plotter 101 has a spreadsheet for you. You can download that to help you plan. The link is in the description below. Just a note that with use master notes, you can do things like start up a potion quite early, so it's almost finished by the time you get to set up task 2. So when you get to set up task 2, you just cast the master notes and it completes instantly. You can put your next one on, cast the master notes for that. So that is a little trick you can do. Take it a little bit quicker. And you can also do that with a gold cauldron as well as a beauty cauldron. So you get 4, like almost immediately. So now you can visit your registry and collect your XP and runestones. If you did both the port keys and a bonus round in part 1, you should have some shimmering images to click on. You can click on those now. And then finally, if you've collected extra brilliant port keys to walk between events, you can either open those now if you haven't opened them already, because you may get a bit lucky on the Family XP lottery, or if you've opened them up previously, that XP would have been added when you first opened the registry. Set the task number 3, earn 5,000 Wizzing XP from Wizzing Challenges. Defeat 15 foes in Wizzing Challenges. There are a couple of little tweaks here. So the 5,000 Wizzing XP from Fortress Challenges is up from the 4,750 was in the previous part 2. Part 1 was also 5,000 Wizzing XP, so it hasn't changed from part 1. Defeat 15 foes is up from 10. So previous event it was 10 foes, now it's 15. But as a reward, you get 4 runespore eggs instead of 2. So typically the best way to do your challenge tasks is via the high level ruins or tower chambers. You can use Brewing Brain Elixir to help with the XP. As for the 15 fadables, it should be pretty easy to do that with a tonic for trace detection. Depends on your spawning rate. Walking is usually always the best way if you can do it safely. Set task number 4. Earn 7,000 Wizzing XP from traces. Place 5 images on Triwizarding Secrets registry page. Collect 15 mysterious note pieces by returning brilliant fadables. So use your Brewing Brain Elixir for the XP. As you're walking around, see any red shards, use that trace charm to duplicate it and get a few more good ones there. And there's also trace tonic, so throw all 3 of those at it. Should be pretty easy. in a good spawning location, of course. Place your 5 images in the registry. You won't have the taps yet because they're rewarded for completing this set of tasks. So the easy thing to do is to go and do the fortresses and place the stained glass a second time. You may also get lucky when you're doing the 15 note pieces. So you may actually complete, depending how good the RNG is, if you get the same one a few times, you might be able to complete one of those myrtles or the map a second time, if you're lucky. The bonus round, complete 10 Wizzing challenges with 3 or more teammates. Return 45 Triwizarding Foundables. Use any 10 extreme potions in Wizzing challenges. Defeat the highest chamber unlocked 1 time. And cast 25 great or better spells. So the brew 10 potions for 4 snowdrops has changed to complete 10 Wizzing challenges with 3 or more teammates. You get 2 wit sharpening potions as a reward on that one. I don't think people were very happy about the brew 10 potions, but I think the 10 Wizzing challenges with 3 more teammates is actually more difficult. But there you go. So here you get the port key fragments. If you didn't manage to do the walking, feel free to place those a second time after the event for an additional 1000 Wizzing XP. If this was a part 1, you would actually keep those and place them in part 2. But this is part 2 anyway, so they're as good as useless at this point. I would suggest joining a Discord group for the Wizzing challenges. I'm going to drop a couple of links below to a couple of good Discords. I am going to do a Discord video on how to do Discord. Except there are so many events going on right now. I haven't got time to record it. If you are struggling, expect to go do a Great Wizarding Wednesday live stream at 8:30 PM UTC. That's assuming you get this far by that point. Usually I finish at a task 4 during the stream and start the bonus and do the hardest chamber at this point. If I really go for it during the live stream, I can actually get the bonus task done as well. Animagus also sometimes does a Fortress Friday live stream as well. So there's a few options there: Discord, Whistling Wednesday, and Fortress Friday. There may be some other YouTubers that do them, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Full Extreme Potions, if you don't like doing them in Whizzing challenges, because if you have a good team, you don't need to use them. You can start up a Ruins 1 with an old brilliant runestone. Use the potion on the first found you come across, and then back out to the map. That counts towards the task, and you can use it on something like a red shard that may have appeared as you're walking around. Alternatively, as a professor, you can use a low-level runestone, a deterioration hex, as well as an extremely low one, to complete the chamber, and use that potion for something else. And you may also get a challenge registry fragment if you're lucky. Her dialogue is in a separate video, which I recorded during part 1, and I have just got to edit, so hopefully that'll be up quite soon. Dialogue is also added to the Taskforce Times website after the event has started, because if you want spoiler content for the dialogue in text form, I recommend the following guys Reddit channel. It's a great resource for more than just dialogue. It has all sorts of wonderful things on there if you're into spoilers. So time for the tips. Remember not to place your images until set of task number 4, and don't visit the registry until set task number 2. You may need to be careful up until set of task number 2, because if you get 20 of any of the foundables, including the old ones, you will need to force close the app, because the app will automatically take you into the registry and cash in on that XP too early. So make sure if you hit 20 out of 20, you start backing out. Or just remember not to catch that particular foundable. And remember, only portmanteaus picked up during this event will give you the fragments for this event. If you are missing any from part 1, no, that's not actually possible. You can't be possibly missing any from part 1 unless you didn't complete the bonus. If you're still missing any from part 1, you're stuffed. And the last thing I want to say is good luck. Hope this one works out for you. Let me know in the comments below how it goes. I also want to return stuff like that. Also, check out the Taskforce Times. It has a quick event reference guide. Add that to your home screen or favourites, because I always forget what set of tasks are coming up next, even though I do all these videos and I've written it down twice. I forget what's coming up next as a set of tasks, so that quick reference guide is invaluable for me. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at the Zealman for the latest news, and there's also Instagram as well for AR thingies if I ever play in the daylight, because it's always dark when I play. I keep meaning to go out like during lunchtime to play and vlog, except unfortunately it has rained solidly for the last week and a half, and it's actually right now it's sunny. And it's like in between events. And last thing to say is brush up on your spells, get your wands ready, Wizards Unite.